Hello. I'm just going to do a quick one today. I'm up and I've been to the beach and I've been doing some homeschooling. And I'm thinking, what can I share today? What's going to be of value to you? Oh. And I thought I'm going to share with you my new system. Because if you're running your business, it might be that it's not your full-time job. It might be that you're very busy with homeschooling or you're doing other things as well. So one of the first things that I think I need to do, hi Louise, how are you doing? Is to learn to be more organised. Because that is the game here, right? Hang on, I'm opening this blind. The game is, it's a numbers game, and the more you can share your content online with your offer to tell people what you do, the better, well, the better, that's why we're here, right? To share what offers. And sometimes it's nice to come on and just say hello, but ultimately we're trying to sell stuff, right? That's the idea, and we'll have to keep remembering that. Well, and I think since now I've got something to sell, I was adamant I didn't want to get just busy with one-to-one clients. And because of the nature of my business, I don't want to be, it's a hard one, isn't it? Because I have to protect myself. If I'm constantly working with people who are on this cycle of drink, regret, repeat, I can't really support them. They're not ready. So what I'm doing with them is raising awareness. So I come on every day and I raise awareness about my story or about something that I've learned to try and bring it back to their situation so they can see, oh my God, that's me, that's happening to me. And maybe that might make them start observing. So the next time I come on, I can talk to them about how my life has improved, and that might be the next thing. So straight away they've identified that it's something that's nipping at them, and then I have to give them hope by showing them that life maybe isn't how they think it's going to be sober, because a lot of the time people have this idea in their head that it's going to be hard, it's going to be boring, it's going to be miserable, and so they just stay stuck. So my role then is to raise awareness and share my sober life and what I love about it. And I think I couldn't turn up every day and do this if I was still suffering with that self-loathing and feeling like I was just not living to my values. I think that's the key, isn't it? It's like you've got these values inside, and if you're not living to them, you're constantly feeling like this uncomfortable. Like if you know you've got something you need to do and you don't do it, you're constantly thinking, oh God, I wish I'd just done it. You don't want to be the person who didn't do the thing. Like today, I finally posted out those, my rollerball, and I was waiting for tissue paper. Louise was on the phone, it was yesterday, and we were laughing, weren't we, Louise? Because it's things like that, like, sometimes it's just a little thing like going to the post office or going to and you just have it. If you're like me, you've just got it hanging over you, like you haven't done that thing. If you just stop what you're doing, do the thing, and then you feel better. I don't know if anybody else is guilty of that, but I certainly am. I'm terrible for it. And so it's being aware and keeping that awareness. And I know that the weeks will just fly by if I don't push myself to say, right, what do I want to achieve today? What am I aiming? What am I focusing on today? Because this business is such a wide, vast, you could be just busy all day and not achieving anything. So you've got to be quite strict with yourself and say, what am I wanting to achieve? Is what I'm doing helping me get to my goal, right? Instead of just being a busy fool and being online and I think I've spent too long doing that now. I need to have more of a focus and more of a, so that my actions have an outcome. Does that make sense? So this is what I've done. I've got on my nice yellow card every day. These are my musts. So I must do these things every day. And on there, I'll share with you. I mean, I've spent a lot of money on coaching. I've paid for coaching, and this has all been what I've learned. And, you know, I'm giving you a snapshot. And if you wanted some more business support, I feel happy that I would share what I've learned. You know, I'm happy to do that if anybody wants to stop drinking and encourage the growth of their business. If they see what I'm doing and they like how I'm turning up and what I'm doing, then, you know, I'm happy to share what I've learned. But I'm coming on just to give you a couple of hints and tips that work for me. So on this card, it's got my 4 things that I must do every day. So every day I like to meditate. Now this is a practice, and this is something that doesn't come naturally to me. I have to make an effort to do this. And I do that every day because I want to connect, and I do it for self-care. I think it's helpful for me to stop for a little while and to just check in with myself to see if I feel like I'm on the right path. I like to journal. I don't do that every single day like I should and like I used to. I feel like the power of my journal is more about my journaling, because I promote journaling to my clients. I want them to journal their thoughts around drinking, but I suppose I need to apply that science for my thoughts around my business or my relationship or my finances, so that if you've got any worries or you've got any concerns, if you've journaled about it, you can almost check in with where you're at on that particular day. And what I find so amazing about the power of journaling is yes, of course you read it back when you've written it. I tend not to do that actually. I just brain dump and I leave it. And then in a few days, I can read it back without the emotion attached to it. Because I think sometimes we're caught up in the emotion if some things upset you or if some things, you lose sight of the fact of what has actually happened. I know I do this all of the time, more so in my relationship, if I'm honest. Like somebody, my husband, he might sigh like that, and I run with that. I run with it. I'll take it and I'll go, oh, right. So that's what you're thinking. That's what you're telling yourself. And he's just sighed. But I've gone like too far with it. So if I meditate and I connect and I journal, I can catch myself when I'm doing that. Or if it's the same problem that's keep coming up again and again, if it's something that's, you know, niggling me, then maybe we need to talk about it. Like, that's the power of journaling. It's not a case of you writing down a list. It's a case of you like really checking in with your thoughts and finding out what's pissing you off and what's making you fed up. Because I think sometimes you can just sit with them and before you know it, you're telling yourself a story that isn't even true. It's not true. So I like to do that every day. I also, every single day, I like to up level. So U is up level. So I want to grow and I want to empower other people and inspire other people. And I like to do that by making sure that I learn something every single day. So whether it's a chapter on an audio book or if I'm doing some research online. Today I'm doing training and it's all about SEO training. If you don't know what that means, you're not, you know, that doesn't matter. And also for my up leveling, I also like the exercise that goes in that category, and that could be something simple like doing squats when the kettle's boiling, or doing some press-ups against the wall. Or you don't have to say, right, I'm putting my gym stuff on and I'm going for a run, because if I had to do that every day, it wouldn't happen. It could be just walking the dog. It could be some form of physical movement I like to do. The other one, what I'm not very good at, and that's probably my money mindset, is checking the bank. I encourage you at this stage in my business to check your bank every day. And to do that for various different reasons. It's about your money mindset. So sometimes you can get yourself in a knot thinking, oh, I've got no money coming in. Oh my God, I'm so poor. I'm so worried. What am I going to do about this? And how will I afford that? Where actually, if you look at it, often we're paying for things that we don't even use, you know. And like my banks, because we've got properties, I have like a bank account where that comes in and a bank account where that comes out, and sometimes I just despair of me admin, if I'm honest. But it's important to look at it, because if you're taking care of your money, you're like telling the universe, or yeah, even if there's not enough of it to go around, you're in control, because you're on top of it, you know. Often we try and hide away from the things that we're worried about, and that's what I'm trying to avoid doing. So I've got on my musts that every day I should be checking my banks, checking what I'm paying out and what I'm getting paid in. So, you know, it's a work in progress. And then my final T is something called my Trello board. So Trello board, I'm sure if you haven't heard of it, there might be loads of different other types of, is it an app? I'm not even sure what you would call it. But it's so useful. And I was taught how to use it for my content. And it's just so clever, because instead of you keep thinking every day, what am I going to post? What am I going to post? Instead, you do like so many hours a week or a month content where you're writing stuff out and you put it on the Trello board, so that when you're posting your posts, you haven't got the same post going out. You know what I mean? So you can mix it up, right? So loads and loads of information there. Information as well that I've learned about which Facebook groups to go in, which ones to spend your time, little hacks, like searching at the top for your subject area, so you don't spend hours trolling through different groups. So just that's there on one piece of card to tell me these are my musts, and if I've done them, to me that's my money generating activities. It's all about my own self-care and keeping my head in the right place. And then on this other sheet I have my weekly planner. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And each day I have one focus. So Monday is my merch. So on a Monday, I could also like promote my merch. I could research my merchandise. I could look at, you know, I want to have water bottles with my logo on, and I want all the things. But instead of just going deep with that and spending 4 days sorting that out and letting everything else go out the window, I only focus on that on a Monday. So this Monday, I designed a couple of t-shirts and I shared them. Next Monday, I might get round to doing a funnel for my t-shirts, or I might source a water bottle or something else. Okay. Tuesday, I'm allowing that day for my focus is my sober success stories. So on a Tuesday, that's when I should be having my interviews booked in. So if I'm speaking to people throughout the week, I can go, right, are you available next Tuesday, so I can do a Zoom call with you and get your sober success story that I can put on my podcast and on my YouTube. Okay, so each of my days I have something that I'm pushing my business forward. Wednesday is training, so today I'm doing my training. Thursday, I'm a mummy. So I'll still do my musts. I have to do my musts, but my focus is my boys on a Thursday. Now, that's not to say that I don't feed them. I only feed them on a Thursday. But I mean, like, that's when I say, right, today, this is when I'm focusing on that thing. So it just helps me feel like I'm spreading myself fairly. Friday is, well, I've actually got on Friday's sexy lady. So if I don't shave my armpits all week, at least I do it on a Friday, right? Or it might be that I want to do my hair, or I want to get dressed up, put my makeup on and make an effort on a Friday. So I don't just feel like my weeks go past and I'm just feeling like a scruff. Saturday is Shelley Fantastic's networking day, which I love Saturdays. And Sunday, my new idea for Sunday is PR. And I'm not putting too much pressure on myself for that, because my worry is that I'm not confident when it comes to writing. But from a PR, it's just every Sunday I'm going to be thinking about where would I want to be, which magazine, what, you know, instead of just sending my stuff out to everyone, I want it to be like yesterday when I talked about that Platinum magazine. So next Sunday I'll focus on a different publication or a different type of PR. And that's really my week. And I mean, I've just started this system, but I'm feeling like I'm getting more and more organised. And I think it's things like this, if you can set yourself up like this from the beginning or from where you're at now, it just helps in. You can obviously put your own headers in depending on what you're focusing on with your business. So that's just what I wanted to share. I feel quite organised now. I've got a plan. And today I'm training. So I have to do my musts and I do my training. And then I feel like I've turned up and I've done my my work for the day. All right? So I hope that's helpful. Next Tuesday, yes, let's do it, Lily. So next Tuesday, you're booked in for Sober Success Stories. Let's say, can you do 10 o'clock? 10 o'clock would be brilliant. But there you go. Let's chat about that because I would love to have you on there. It would be brilliant, Lily. I can't wait. I'm so excited to work with you because I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you a lot. You've been popping in my head. So I really want to get started with that and get our heads together. All right? So don't go away. I'll see you soon. Bye from me.